Chilling out, waiting. Whoa. Can you hear me? Are we good?
Oh, there we go. There you go.
There you are. Look who it is, the champion herself. Are you can you hear me? Are we good? Are we good? Are we
Yes,
good? Are we
yes,
live?
yes. I think so.
We are live. And it's your name's pronounced Malia, yeah? Malia?
Malia, yeah.
Malia,
No, everyone
Malia.
gets it wrong. Yeah, it's spelled kind of weird, so I can feel how you can get it wrong. Yeah,
So please say it again.
Malia.
Malia. There
Mhm.
you go.
Yeah,
Malia. All right. Nice. And Malia, where are you where are you from again?
I'm from California, LA, but I moved to Nashville, Tennessee about like 3 years ago, something like that.
Nashville, Tennessee. Oh, that's
hmm
cool. That's
Yeah,
awesome. Sorry, and you moved there how long ago? 3 years now?
I want to say like 3 years about. Yeah.
Nice. Awesome. And how long before we get into it, I'll do a quick little introduction to
hmm
for us here. All right. Yes, this is awesome to get to see you. You've been watching your content on social media, and I'm just like,
Yes.
wow, you are kicking butt. You are kicking butt. All right. So we have Malaya.
Yes, Malia. No, it's people get it wrong all the time.
Well, my apologies to Malaya's fans here. So we have Malaya. So it is an honor to. So to read. I have a little intro for you. To introduce here our first guest for our Fall in Love with Fitness Summit series. This one is titled "Date Your Health." I am Ryan Omisa with Fighter Fit X, and Malaya here is a Muay Thai champion who defines what it means to have a day one mindset. Beyond her accomplishments in the ring, she has powerful voice for mental toughness and discipline. Just from watching her videos, you can see the power she has. But also, so today she's going to share her journey, competing at an elite level as a young champion and the relentless drive required to stay on top. So please welcome Malaya here from Tennessee, Nashville, originally from LA. But the stage is yours. Please introduce yourself to the crowd, to the people.
My name is Malia Weaver. I've been doing martial arts pretty much my whole life, but I started Muay Thai I've been doing it for about 6 years now.
6 years, amazing. And how old are you?
I'm 15.
You're 15
Yes.
years old. That is crazy. That's awesome. Good for you. So I guess so. How did you get involved with martial arts?
I've always been involved with martial arts, but I started during 2020 is when COVID happened and everything kind of shut down, and Muay Thai was kind of the only thing open. So I ended up trying it and ended up falling in love with it.
It is, definitely, myself with American style kickboxing and, the martial arts aspect, it is sports, fitness, and health for sure, but just the philosophy of martial arts and just how you want to be a better person and how it changed my life on the inside as well as spiritually, mentally, and also of course physically. But
Yes.
yeah, I too am I love martial arts and what it can do for people. And then so in 2000, so 2020, that's when you started the kickboxing. Sorry.
Yeah, so 2020 about like right when COVID happened, kind of.
Oh, okay, okay. And then so what martial art were you practicing prior to?
I first started at Saxon Muay Thai in California, and then I came here to Tennessee, and now I'm at Chonburi Muay Thai.
Awesome, nice. So the first martial art, what kind of martial art? Karate, taekwondo?
The first time I ever started something was yeah, it was Taekwondo, and then I did karate. And those were kind of the two I did. I tried jujitsu once, but I just fell in love with Muay Thai and kind of stuck to it.
Nice. Yeah, no, it was yeah, like I love the like I tried jujitsu years ago when I first started martial arts. And it is it's a different energy system requirement just because all that
So,
grappling. But I love stand up. My I guess my skill set that I think is strong is boxing and just having the stand up and the hit. I prefer that modality. And also too, like, so you've been training since 2020 with Muay Thai, and you fell in love with martial arts, or so you fell in love with Muay Thai. Can you kind of dive into a little more of your experience with it and why you love Muay Thai?
yeah, so I had my first ever fight, um, maybe like 2 years after I started Muay Thai, somewhere around there. And my first ever fight, I got within, I think it was like 30 seconds, I TKO'd her by a knee. I think I was about 10, maybe 11 years old at the time. And then since then, I kind of fell in love with it, and it just kind of spoke out to me. I went to Thailand recently, and it just kind of changed my perspective a lot on Muay Thai and how different it is, like being a part of their culture and where it started.
Beautiful, beautiful. So it was 2 years of training, then you had your first fight.
Yeah, I think it was somewhere around there. I can't really remember too much, but I think so.
Nice, awesome. Now for the so for the training aspect of the first 2 years, like how did you find like so how did you first so when COVID happened, you went for Muay Thai. Now, were you recommended or referred to this gym, or did you just do a Google search, or how'd you come across it?
So my mom had a friend who did it, and so he kind of told her about it, and my mom's like, "Okay, we can try it." And so that's how it kind of started. We ended up trying it, and I fell in love with it.
Nice, awesome. It was funny too. Like when I first started, I think I was 21 when I first started my first kickboxing class, and how I got into it. My nephew, I think he was young. He would have been like 6 or 7 at the time, and my sister was like, "Hey, Ryan, so we signed up for this kickboxing gym, and they have a like a you bring a friend, or they have a family add-on or something like that."
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I signed up for it, and it was I was working out. I was never into sports when I was younger. I worked out a little bit, but nothing crazy. And yeah, no, the first class, well, I was, it was so tough and so challenging.
Yes.
But I loved it in the sense of like, okay, wow, this is really cool. I really enjoy it.
Hmm.
And yeah, no, yeah, I can that's how I came across it for kickbox. That's how I
Yeah.
was introduced, was just from a family referral. But that's cool too. Like, so your mom had a friend who attended
Yes.
or who knew of it.
No, he attended it. Yeah.
Oh, he attended. Nice, nice, awesome. That's cool. And so, and this is in Tennessee. Now, you had 2 years. So you've been with this gym the entire time?
So I started at Saxon Muay Thai in California, and I was there the whole time. And then when I moved here, I started at Chonburi, and I've been there the whole time. So only 2 gyms.
Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, no, like it was like it's I guess the dojos and martial arts, the gyms. Like when I was attending one, the first one I attended, and unfortunately he had to shut down his gym, and then he moved to a different location, different area entirely. And I got up to brown belt, and I wanted to continue my martial arts journey with it, but then. I like, well, I don't want to like start a new gym, or like I don't want to start
That's
with a
always
new
so hard.
system. Yeah, yeah, like it's like even though he's super far away, my original
Right.
sensei, and like, oh, it's okay. Like I never got my black belt, which is fine. I still love the
Yeah.
martial arts and teaching of it, and but of course it's always wanting to have that being open minded to go
Right.
to other gyms. But yeah, okay, cool. So you're 2 years in, and Nashville, Tennessee. Now you are uh so like your schedule. So I guess your schooling, all that stuff. Like, can you dive in a little bit on your schedule? Like, how
Yeah.
are you like navigating all of this?
So my schedule is pretty jam packed. I start off by going to the gym in the morning for about maybe like 1.5 to 2 hours, and then after that I will go to morning practice, and then I will come home for like 2 hours, and then I go back to evening practice.
Oh wow. Okay, so you're doing like you like 2 days for
Yeah. So it's a
crazy.
lot of training, yeah, especially, and then when I'm in Thailand, it's obviously way more, just because it's really all day.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, and then how about for schooling and stuff, schooling work?
I'm homeschooled.
Okay.
I've been homeschooled for about 2 years now. I always went to public school, but then I realized this is something I want to do, and that I can't really be in school for full time in order to do what I want to do. And travel, I do travel so much for this, and it's just so hard to take so much time off of school. So that's why I started becoming homeschooled.
Awesome. Yeah, no, it is, just be having this new, like opportunity for training, for going into your passion, and to have the option of being homeschooled, and to not necessarily, I don't want to say go with the flow or go against the grain or anything, but it's just awesome hearing that there is how you're capitalizing on being homeschooled so you can follow your
Hmm.
passion and put your
Yes.
time into it and focus all your energy. It
Hmm.
is no, it's amazing because before, like oh yeah, like the schooling aspect and making sure you have like the 9 to 3 or 8 to 3 or whatever it is for time, and then to do everything else. But if you are taking down you're doing your responsibility in schooling and make sure the academics is there, but
Yeah.
also it's doing your passion. Ah, that's great. Nice, nice, nice. So okay, and then So we have 2020, yeah, homeschooling. Now, so what is, I know you were just in Thailand. We'll touch base on that in a second here. But no, I guess for, being a personal trainer for the past 16 years, we always hear, or I always hear about finding motivation for, to work
Mhm.
out, motivation to start a new martial art or a new sport entirely. So like how do you find, or how do you uncover your motivation for training and kickboxing and stuff?
For me, it's not every day is going to be your best day. You're going to have days where you just want to stay home, sleep in, and just all that stuff, which can happen a lot, especially when it's cold and gloomy. And so my thing is like, you just have to get up because there's always someone training. Like, I always think about my opponent is training, so I have to train harder and I have to get up and I have to train more hours and I have to do more.
Wow. And you're only 15. No, that's great. So, okay, so like, okay, so that's beautiful you just said. Yeah. So you're thinking of, in the sense of like, your motivation is, yes,
Yes.
it's going to be gloomy days, but we have to put in that work.
Yes.
I think I seen one of your videos where you were doing a selfie and you're coming back from a run, and you were saying how hot it was,
Yes.
and you don't I think you didn't want to go on the run, but you still did it anyways.
Yes.
So basically, for um what you're in essence, you're saying like, okay, despite all this other stuff external, like the sun, I don't want to do this, I have to do this because I essentially want to be better than your opponent. But your opponent can be not necessarily an actual physical person, but your opponent could be laziness. Your opponent can be procrastination, or it can be just something in the sense of not being an actual person itself. Just for the regular person at home who's listening or who's going to watch the replay, right? So even though like you're in high school and you have all this stuff, and you're going to do this because you want to be a better person and to
Yes.
improve your cardiovascular, or it can improve to de-stress perhaps. Because I know for kickboxing, for me, and hitting that heavy bag, I am so much happier when I do
Mhm.
hit that heavy bag. And if I don't, I know I'm stressed out and very,
Yes.
um
Yes, for sure.
yeah, okay, awesome, nice. Okay, so you're doing, so despite the motivation you find is to become better and to make
Right.
sure that when you look at someone else who's putting in that work, you want to output them.
Yeah.
Nice, nice. And now also too, for inspiration, like for example, like even though like you're thinking of your opponent, but how about for inspiration? Like, do you seek, like, me seeing your post about going for the run, that inspired me to
Yeah.
work out, because seeing what you're doing. Do you have any inspiration outside of self that kind of motivates yourself?
I would say just chase your dreams because it'll come like out, I feel like everyone goes through a point where you're just kind of not tired of the sport, but you kind of start losing motivation, and when that happens, you have to just keep doing it because you'll see what comes out in the end. And this year I really realized that I realized more why I love it so much and why I do what I do, just like trying to have people look up to me, and because sometimes it helps when you see that motivation, and sometimes watching motivational things can help you get up and do it.
Nice, awesome. Wow. Okay, beautiful. Okay, and now so just to tie back into your training, so you just came back from Thailand.
I did, yes.
Nice. Well, explain to the crowd, to the audience, what happened in Thailand.
So I was in Thailand for 2 weeks, and I fought. I was able to fight once, and it was one of the best fights I've ever done, and it just felt so good. I trained so hard out there. I got a fight on like a 2 or 3 day notice, and it was my first fight with no shin guards, no elbow pads, no headgear, none of that, and so it just felt so surreal. Thinking about the first day I started, I never knew I'd be here in Thailand, and I'm going back again in May for 38 days.
Nice, nice. And then so when did you go to Thailand, this recent
It was
trip?
December 5th through like the 19th, maybe the 20th, I believe.
Nice. Okay. And then so for the Thailand trip, so how did you plan it? Did you just go to Thailand and find a gym, or did you kind of look at places when you're at home in Tennessee?
So what happened was my gym was doing a Thailand trip. My head coach, he goes to Thailand pretty much every year, and so he was kind of organizing a trip for all the fighters and all to go and train there. And so I joined in on it, and that's kind of how it started. And he recommended it Fairtex Training Center, and so I tried it, fell in love with it. It was the best. It was so fun.
Awesome. Oh, okay. So you had, okay, it was kind of like a, I guess well, for personal trainers, we were kind of like a retreat. So someone would organize it and then you guys would all go together.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, that's awesome. That's cool. Yes, yeah, yeah. I didn't get that part down on your social media there. So that's awesome. So how many people, or how many of your I guess your fellow classmates or student or your kickboxers go?
I want to say it was maybe like 12 or 13, like including of us, something like that. It was a good amount. It was a good group. We had a lot.
Crazy. That's awesome. Wow, 12, 13 of
Yes.
you guys. And it was Fairtex in what specific part in Thailand for the gym?
Pattaya.
Oh, nice. Yep. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. I've been watching YouTube on people's going to Fitness Street and Pattaya and or
Yes.
Koh Samui and just the kickboxing. Oh, like I am dying to go.
Oh my God.
And
Yes, it's great.
yeah, it's like okay, so so you guys all plan to go to visit here and also to train. And you said you got a fight within 2, 3 days. Did you plan on fighting there or just a?
I did
You
plan
did.
on being there. I didn't know when. I didn't know if I was going to get a fight. It was kind of up in the air, and I ended up getting a fight, and I was so happy, because it's just kids, who fight over there. They have been fighting since they were like, little. So it's just crazy to think about, fighting someone from there.
Yeah, that's awesome. A little. Yeah,
Hmm.
exactly. No, it's great. And too, like, you know, what was that? Just because when you said that, it just it the is it the I forget the actual quote itself, but when having a lucky event or something lucky is preparation meeting. No, what is it? I'm not sure if you might have heard of it. It's success or preparation meets success or opportunity.
Yeah.
You're preparing and you're working and you're putting in the work, the hours of waking up, doing your morning workouts,
Yes.
hitting the road to work, doing the academic school or work school
Mhm.
or sorry responsibilities, and then going again to your training and all that training. You didn't know you might get a fight or may not, but you were ready.
I feel like I'm always training. A lot of people, you've probably heard of the term fight camp, where when you get a fight, people are like, I'm in fight camp. But I always train like I'm in fight camp. I don't change my training at all. My training is always the same because you just never know. I mean, in the States, it's kind of rare to get a fight very last minute, especially kind of in my weight class. It's pretty hard to get fights. So, but you just want to always be ready. And if you're always training like that, you're just going to get better and better.
Nice. Oh wow, like you this is awesome. Like you have such great insight and to express that. That's amazing. Now, do you have like are do you so you have your schooling and stuff, you have the academics and the training, Thailand, and you had that fight. Now, do you have also too, like with the fight though, I seen a post where or it's the picture you sent me, you had a belt.
Yes. So that was about 2 years ago at the TBA World Classics. So there was people from like everywhere. I fought for the belt there 2 years ago and I ended up getting it. So I was very excited about that because it's one of the biggest tournaments in the world. So it was just such an honor to be able to win that.
Beautiful. Now, so what is, because I don't know, what is the TVA?
TBA World Classic. So it's a Muay Thai, like it's this huge event in Iowa that they do once a year, and it's a tournament. So you fight, multiple people, and it's for a world title, so it's pretty cool.
Awesome. Beautiful stuff. Great. That's cool. So you had the fight coming, or sorry, the Thailand trip you had, and also too, like I seen online that you're posting that you have a.
I
So
do, yeah.
so explain to us, like, what is the plans? What is the
So
weapon?
yeah, so my GoFundMe is to help with my training, my stay in Thailand, just so I can be there and train as much as I can and just get better and better. And
Hmm.
you can find my GoFundMe on my bio. I'll have two links. One of them is my TikTok, and then one of them is my GoFundMe.
Beautiful, awesome, good stuff. Yeah, so make sure I will also post that as well too on my end, just so people can also
Mhm.
your social media contact. I know your Instagram and your TikTok, and also of course the GoFundMe,
Mhm.
and also too, if you can share with me after through email your the gym that you attend to currently,
Yes.
just so
Yes.
yeah, just so you can highlight their coaching, and if people are
Yes.
in your vicinity and if they're looking for a gym, definitely you're a firsthand person of who
Mhm.
is a reflection upon their training because
Yes.
you're a great little athlete, a little fighter, champion. This is amazing. How I guess maybe I know 15 years you're 15 years young here. So how about for nutrition? Like what is your like how is your nutrition habits?
So I try to eat very clean because if eating, unhealthy makes me tired when I work out. My mom's a personal trainer, so she also helps me with that. So that's really to have that so she can cook good tasting healthy meals. But yeah, so I just tend to eat very healthy, very clean, protein, all that stuff.
Awesome. Oh, she's a personal trainer.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool. So how long has she been doing that for?
She's been doing that pretty much for like a really long time.
Awesome. Well, that's
Yeah.
cool. Another personal trainer in the house. Good stuff. And okay, so the nutrition is dialed in. So we have nutrition, motivation, inspiration. You have your training. You have your GoFundMe. Now, what is your ultimate goal for like the next 15, let's say from for the next 3 years? Like where do you see yourself? Like how do you want to play out for the next storyline here?
So my goal is to, when I turn 18, to move to Thailand so I can fully pursue my dreams because it's just, it's just different, training out there and where everyone is from there. It's just the push is crazy and you can really, tell the difference. Like it's the heat, the humidity, just all that. And I think Thailand is a beautiful place and I would love to live there, fight, pursue my dreams. And then, this year go to Thailand again. I plan on going in May and then December again as much as possible just because I just, need to be there and fight all the time.
Nice. No, that's great for sure. It is, it's I come across this on social media. They're just touching base on how important your environment is, right? So even though like working with youth here in Vancouver, I'm in Vancouver, BC, Canada, and working with, we're working with youth. And if your environment, the people that you surround yourself with, are they going to be positive or negative, and how you want to create a goal that you want to achieve to get yourself out of a situation, or in your case, you just want to go to elevate your kickboxing experience, Muay Thai experience, and also to have to be surrounded by other people who are driven to achieve their goal through martial arts and through Muay Thai. That is, that's a great beacon of light for others too to showcase, like, like, this is your dream, this is your goal, and you're going to achieve it. You're going to achieve it by, sharing with us what you want to do and taking us with you along your journey, and to also to have to highlight their culture, to highlight this martial art. No, that's powerful, and you're just so young, 15 years old, and you're just kicking butt and knowing what to do. At 15, I was a knucklehead. I was, yeah. So good for you. But no, it's awesome, great stuff. Okay, so we have the GoFundMe, you have the training, you have the kickboxing. Now, I noticed too, you're doing a little bit of weight training as well. So how do you approach your the strength training aspect?
Oh, my mom's a personal trainer, so she can help me with all that on how to do it and just how much to lift and correctly and all that stuff. So that's very helpful. I usually, do that pretty much every day in the mornings before I go to morning training.
Awesome, nice. And then so how often are you training per week or per day or per week? Sorry.
Six, pretty much, yeah, 6 weeks,
Nice.
6 days a week, and then I give Sunday, break.
Yeah, no, yeah. I try to well, not well. I used to do 2 days, but no, yeah, 6 days a week for sure because you want to have, well, you need the strength training, the nutrition, and sleeping habits. How are your sleeping habits? I know you're only 15, but are you getting are you doing proper sleeping to
My sleep
recovery?
is amazing because I come back from training at 9 o'clock at night and I'm just exhausted. So all I want to do is go to sleep. Sometimes it sucks having to get up really early in the morning, but my sleeping is amazing. I just fall asleep as soon as I get back from training.
Nice, awesome. Yeah, no, it's no for sure, especially when you're doing 2 days and all the responsibility
Hmm.
behind it. It does help you sleep for sure. It's funny. Like I was talking to no, I think I was talking to a client, and there was a meme of Baby Yoda in an angry face, and the caption was, "You need to work out to gain energy." And so the baby Yoda is like, this sounds like a pyramid scheme. So you tell me I got to work out to use energy to get energy, just to the regular person who's not training, but that's how it works, right?
For
So you work
sure.
out to expand your vehicle
Yes.
being your body. All right. So you have the nutrition, you have the sleeping, you have the workouts, you have the kickboxing, and now one more thing, or well, in addition to, how about your, I guess maybe perhaps the mentality or spirituality aspect, or something along the lines of mentality, I guess. Like how are you developing, or outside of school, like how are you addressing or improving or taking care of that aspect?
Well, sorry, ask that question one more time.
Yeah, yeah, it was like, yeah, like in regards to like, for example, I said the medicine wheel for First Nations, you the
Yeah.
spirituality you want to take care of, you want to take spirituality, your relationships, friendships, work, career,
Yeah.
school. So just to have that overall well-balanced
Just to
life.
have that all in like while training. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I also make some of my money off I do nails from home. I'm a nail tech, so that's really nice because I can make my own hours, even having like two people a day just in between like those 2 hours that I have of a break. So I'm always pretty much busy just because all that money is going towards me going to Thailand. I don't spend any of it. It just goes to Thailand and just traveling, and it's sometimes hard, like because sometimes there's times where I want to skip and hang out with friends or do things like that, and it's definitely a risk you're gonna have to take. There's times when I see a lot of people go out at night or just hang out with their friends, and I'm just like, I wish I can do that, but I know that at the end of the day, like, my dreams are more important than that, and there's gonna be people telling you, that's impossible, you can't do that, things like that, and you just kind of have to ignore it and just do what you want to do.
As soon as you were explaining that, you're gonna fast forward to 18, and you're gonna look back at this interview, or TSN, or someone someone in that caliber, UFC. I'm not sure how far you're gonna, like, how you want to go with, but they're gonna look back and they're take snippets from this interview, because what you're saying is gold. Like, it is so true. Like, to have, to making sure that you stay dialed in to your goal, even though you're looking at other people going out and doing certain things. It may be fun in that sense, but you have dreams that are far bigger than going out on a Friday night.
Yes.
You have that is so powerful to hear, and just to hear that from, again, for having that 15-year-old, 15 years on this wonderful world we have, and to see that, though, to have that, I don't want to say maturity, but to have that outlook of, like, what, I don't want to go, I don't want to, yeah, it's fun to go out and stuff like that, but you want to be dialed in and continue on this
Right.
path of your goals, and to know the the horizon, so to speak, that you see in front of
Yes.
you. That is, yeah, that's powerful stuff. That is really cool. That is amazing. Oh, yay, nice. And so you are planning to go to Thailand in May.
Correct. I will be going in May for
Beautiful.
38 days, so it'll probably be from like middle of May to end of June. And so that's my plan. I want to fight at least 5 times. So every week, at least
Yeah.
a week, I think I can do it, and it doesn't matter. I can, train super hard and rest on my flight back.
Nice, exactly. How long is the travel from your place to Thailand?
So total from like car ride and everything is like about 27 hours.
Oh yeah, nice.
So
Yep.
it's very hard, like having to sit like pretty much almost a whole day and just having to, as soon as getting off the plane, just being like, we're gonna go train.
Nice. Awesome. Beautiful stuff. And now, so just for the people here, so how can we, what is your social media? I know I will post it in the
Yes.
description and stuff, but yeah, just give your, yeah, your, verbally here, your social
Yeah.
contacts and how.
So for my Instagram, it's Malia_Weaver, and then my TikTok is Malia, I believe, dot Weaver or something like that. But it'll be on if you go on my Instagram, I have my TikTok bio, and then I have my TikTok and all that stuff. So it kind of explained everything.
Nice, beautiful. Now, I know we touched base on quite a bit of your passion here. I know it is the title for the series, or subtitle, is Date Your Health, right? So we talked about how you approach your fitness and kickboxing, and everything. So now, just to tie things up, or to finish up here, what would you would like to give either someone coming up, someone who's just starting out in their fitness, kickboxing, Muay Thai journey? What would you recommend for them, to any advice, any tips, like what would you, or even what would you recommend, or if you were to talk to yourself 2 years from in the past,
Yeah.
what advice would you say or give?
I would say stick to it, because there's going to be a lot of times where you do something and you don't want to stick to it, and you're just going to regret it, because I would have never thought in 6 years I would have gone to Thailand, fought in Thailand, and now I'm going back and just pursuing my dreams and can make it, So I just wouldn't have never thought that. I just thought I would gonna get some basic job at, like a fast food place, and now I'm here, doing all this. So just don't give up on your dreams, like that's the most important part. And also stick to it at least for a month before you say you don't like it, because I was like that. I was very much a girly girl, and I was like, I don't like this. It's for boys, and I was like, let me try it out a couple times, and then it slowly kind of I fell in love with it.
Beautifully said. Wait to finish hear from you. And yeah, so for the people, my name is Ryan Omisa with Fighter Fit X. Malaya.
Yes, Malia. Yeah, it's hard to pronounce.
Yes, so we have Malaya here, and follow her social media. Take a look in the description how to contact her. Her GoFundMe link will be there as well too, because you definitely want to support her and keep your eye on her championship journey. Beautiful stuff. All right, we will end it there. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll email you, and we'll end it here.
Perfect. Thank you. Have a good one.
All right, bye.